then like obviously the people who made these classes are gonna have a way better time in the game mode. Yeah, that's a terrible. That's a terrible idea.
Spring is almost here. I hope the weather warms.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't listening to anything you said. I'm gonna restart that. So this is what developers' latest updates. Oh, I know. Excuse me. They said hardcore server. I don't know what the fuck Zekia is, but I know what the hardcore server is, and that's what I'm looking forward to. So
Greetings, adventurers. I am Jesok Jang,
Yo,
Director
YJ,
of Black
not Fat
Desert
J. Don't
Live
be disrespectful.
Service. Greetings, adventurers. I'm Wansu Yang, Head of Black Desert Game Design. I
Wansu's
previously
cool too.
greeted you in the video before the Lunar New Year, and I hope you all enjoyed the quality time with your families. Now that spring is almost here, I hope the weather warms up and truly feels like the season soon. We are still working hard on the topics we discussed during the last
wait till you see how many classes they are releasing on hardcore servers season 1.
ball, and
Classes?
today
I don't know what you
we're
mean.
here to share some of the upcoming
I
content.
guess we'll have to see how this works.
So let's jump right in
I thought it would
and
have all
introduce
classes.
the updates. The
right
Hardcore
into
Server is a game within a game, a special mode within Black Desert. Once the Hardcore Server opens, you'll be able to create a dedicated character, and once you're in the server, you'll follow the server's own set of rules. Since this server uses exclusive characters, no prior preparation is needed. It operates on a monthly season system, open 24 hours a day, but you can only play for 2 hours per day. The core rule is to secure survival points. When you enter the world, you start somewhere in the Valencian desert, and from there you can defeat monsters or fight other adventurers to earn survival points. However, if you are killed by a monster or another adventurer, you will lose 30% of your survival points. Managing these points well is key to survival. To exit the Hardcore Server, you'll need to cash in your points. To do so, simply head to the designated location. Once you cash in, you'll receive substantial rewards based on your points. You can also cash in through wandering merchants who randomly appear. You can try to avoid other adventurers and find these merchants. Be careful, these merchants are located in places swarming with terrifying monsters. The choice is yours, adventurers. In addition, there will be Hardcore Server specific daily quests. These quests reward special survival points that are retained even if you die. So during your 2-hour play session, you can choose to play aggressively or opt for the steady play with these quests. Once you cash in,
Yeah, it's like
you
an
cannot
extraction
re-enter the
minigame.
server for that day, and the remaining playtime for the day will be gone.
only get one
Please
go at it
keep
per
that
day.
in mind. The rules for the Hardcore Server are as simple as our explanation thus far, but we've added a few
No, better off. I wouldn't want a vanilla BDO. I'd rather it be more similar to the current state of BDO.
elements to make it a unique experience. First, characters on the Hardcore Server start with no equipment other than basic gear. You'll defeat monsters, gather loot, and quickly level up your character. The available playing area is the Valencian Desert, and as you venture farther, the monsters become stronger. However, keep defeating monsters to be rewarded with a variety of items, giving you the choice between risky or safer playstyles.
TLDR, you can play 2 hours a day. There are some buffs and shit. Oh, I don't care about the rest.
Additionally, when adventurers gather in the same area or vicinity nearby, the Clash of Fates random event can occur. This event traps everyone under a dark fog, forcing them to fight until only one survives. It's a fun mechanic that also discourages vicinity nearby. The Clash of Adventurers gather in the same area or vicinity nearby. The Clash of Fates random event can occur. This event traps everyone under a dark fog, forcing them to fight until only one survives. It's a fun mechanic that also discourages teaming up. Finally, in terms of characters, since this is
I thought they were gonna. They originally, I think, said that the Fog of War thing was gonna guarantee you a 1v1 and separate everybody, so that there wasn't a battle royale type situation happening there, because it's just too easy to third-party fights in BDO. But I guess they backtracked on that. That's what BDO does. They
a
backtrack.
competitive and survival-based solo mode, we felt that having all classes available
The warlord system. I mean, that's also 1v1, but I think they made it look that way for hardcore. That's the impression they gave us. I remember talking about it with everybody because that still encourages teaming up. What they're doing, you know what I mean? If I'm in there with whatever somebody I know, we can work together, kill everybody, and then have a fun 1v1 between us. That way, me and my friend know at least one of us are coming out on top. So it does encourage teaming up. You know what I mean? So I don't like that.
Could be
I don't see that.
overwhelming.
Like, obviously, that's going to be a situation. The game has done that numerous times. People have done that numerous times. In the AOA tournament, they just did the Arena of Arsha tournament. People did that, where they would focus on killing everybody else so that it was just them two at the end.
At launch. Thus,
we saw that happen.
Decided to design each season on certain themes and limited available classes for each season. For the first season, a nostalgic throwback to the early days, only Warrior, Sorceress, Ranger, and Berserker, the 4 original classes, will be available. That was an update on the hardcore servers. What do you think, adventurers? I'm sure some of you may be reminded of a Shadow Arena. And you'd be right to think so.
Like, why are we limiting classes to the server?
Only Warrior, Sorceress...
Are they not going to have the current kits? Are they going to be limited different kits? Because if not, then, like, obviously the people who main these classes are going to have a way better time in the game mode. Yeah, that's a terrible idea. We have 50 different types of classes in this game, if you include Succession and, Awakening as different classes. So why would we only make 4 classes? Because they're shit at balance? Well, these 4 are shit at balance as well. Like, if you're in that pit where it's a free-for-all, who do you think are the ones winning that? Sork and Ranger. Sork will be the second to last one alive. Ranger's the last one alive. Like, I would play Ranger in that mode over Warrior. Why would I play? I'd rather play Ranger in that mode. Awake Ranger. I'll do better.
Ranger and Berserker, the 4 original classes, will be...
Unless they're unique kits. But I feel like it's just a good way for people to practice PvP, people that are newer to PvP. So why would you force them to play something that is separate from the current state of the game?
Available. That was an update on the hardcore servers. What do you think, adventurers? I'm sure some of you may be reminded of a Shadow Arena. And you'd be right to think so. While the hardcore server has different rules compared to Shadow Arena, the intent of this content is quite similar. The hardcore server is for adventurers tired of enhancing gear who seek a change.
I played all 4
pace.
of those,
For those
but Sork
less
only for like a
concerned
week.
About gear
2
and
weeks.
eager for pure gameplay, well, this content was designed with adventurers like you
It looks like
in
the
mind.
current state of these classes.
A content free from gear score pressure, yet fun and engaging to play. Since Black Desert is an online game, the continuity of the content is crucial above all else. Our top priority is to provide adventurers with new goals and motivations through various updates. But since we've been together for over 10 years, we believe that content offering some respite is also necessary. If every update matches the pace of your growth, eventually you'd all get exhausted. Even if your gear score isn't too stellar, if every update matches the pace of your growth, eventually you'd all get exhausted. Even if your gear score isn't too stellar, you can still enjoy the Black Shrine Donghae or Arena of Solari to some extent, and that's by design. Especially in the first season of the hardcore server, being limited to the OG 4 classes, Warrior, Sorceress, Ranger, Berserker, we hope will invoke a sense of nostalgia in your gameplay. We hope you
It would be a sense of nostalgia if it was like pre-Awakening or something, pre-Succession even. If it was that type of gameplay, it's not going to invoke a sense of nostalgia by releasing the current state of these 4 classes. Especially if there's Suckzerkers in there, there's no nostalgia. The game was, once Suckzerker came out, this game was ass. Before that, it was fun as hell. So, like, I would love to see this game, but I would love it to be pre-Zerker, pre-Suckzerker. Yeah, pre-Awake was lit. I mean, even pre-Succession was a totally different game, because everybody was basically awakened. So there was one spec across all the classes. That would be cool if they put that in. I know FBC would love to come back to that shit for his Ranger.
Fun. While enjoyment is key.
They should have at least made it to OG's 2016 classes, not 4. Yeah, man, I don't know.
For content like this, we believe rewards are necessary for it to work.
That's a flaw.
We've made sure that playing on the hardcore...
I guess they plan to do a lot. The only reason I could see it being, like, them agreeing to do that, the 4 classes, is that they're going to update it with new classes and do new seasons consistently. Like go straight from season 1 to season 2. Like do a week off and then boom, next season starts. And the hardcore server is always going to be there as an option to play. That way, at least like it's fluctuating more. You know, you don't like the classes. All right, wait a month. Next month there'll be new classes. That's the only way to make that acceptable.
Server will yield rewards,
and I feel like they have to
help
be
on
aware
the
of that.
normal server as well. The hardcore server's first season launches on the 12th of March.
Wow, I didn't know that was gonna be coming this soon. March 13th. I guess we'll know ASAP how it is. That's fucking soon, man. I didn't expect that. That's pretty cool. March 13th. Yeah, exactly. If they did it like every month, a new thing, that's not the worst. It's still weird, especially that's only open 2 hours a day. I mean, I don't mind the 2 hours a day thing. I think that's healthy. Now I like Windows. As someone who streams, dude, I feel like obligated to stream AOS, and now that it's here every day, I feel obligated to stream it every day. And if that shit was fucking open 24 hours a day, I think I'd be streaming 24 hours a day. I would die at my desk. So I don't mind Windows, bro. Makes you understand the classes you wouldn't play. Yeah, that too. It gives you a better reason to learn some of these other classes. And it could be fun if the 4 classes were balanced better. Like, if it was 4 similar classes, you know? Like, all right, you know, it's like 4 range classes. You know what I mean? You got, like, Gunslinger, Archer, Ranger, and, like, or whatever. Gunslinger, Archer, Witch, and Wizard. If those are the 4 classes, that could be kind of fun. Although they probably one of them probably shits on the others. I don't know who, because I don't know those matchups, but somebody probably hard wins those. But idealistically, I feel like that could be something a little more fun. You know, like I don't like the idea of Sork being in there with, you know, Warrior, Ranger, Zerker. I feel like that's weird. Especially if Suck Zerker is going to be an option, then like I don't like the idea of being Warrior against Suck Zerker and Woke Rangers. That feels horrible. Very questionable. Yeah, Wake Ranger dominates. Yeah, if you miss those 2 hours, you're fucked. Well, no, I don't think it's 2 specific hours. I think you have the option of 2 hours whenever you want, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check. Maybe I can find it in here. But I remember people saying it was like you pick your 2 hours. You could only do it up to 2 hours a day. That way you can't like take advantage of it and abuse it too much. You know, everybody's capped on how much they can make from it.
Next.
If you play during off prime time, yeah, whatever. But at least that's why there's PvE and PvP options in it. So you can, if you play off prime time, there's not many PvPers in there. Okay, fine. Now you're mostly PvEing. But guess what? You have a peaceful experience in there. That's the silver lining for you, I guess. Yeah, 24-hour open 2 hours online. I think that's how it's going to be. Not the worst. Not the worst.
On March 19th, the final chapter.
I'm not going to watch the rest of this.
Of Ataraxian and
Unless
the
there's anything else
conclusion of
PvP
Black
related.
Desert's first act, or Zekia.
All in one preset.
The current preset system is scattered across multiple menus. We want to pull them into a single UI to improve convenience and utility. Second goal is content connectivity. When you link a preset to a specific content, the preset will be automatically used for the linked content. For example, if you connect a preset...
Well, I guess they'll probably always try to have like a theme for the classes they pick. So they could still do something like ranged, you know, Archer, Casters, and Gunslinger, or Deadeye, whatever, and throw them for it. You know, they could always do themes. You know, they could be like shield classes and do Nova, Warrior, Guardian, Valk. They might do that. It's not the worst thing to have themes, but I feel like in a game that is so poorly balanced, themes kind of don't work and end up being kind of a bummer.
To the arena of Solare, in the all-in-one preset menu, the preset will be applied when you enter the arena of Solare from a monster zone. When updated, this will make enjoying multiple content so much more convenient. However, we apologize that we do not have a date we can share with you at this time. While working on the connection of the preset, we've discovered a lot more points we need to verify. So, we would like to take some time and make sure we can deliver a stable update.
Quality of life
we
is
are
always a
aware
good
that there
decision.
was,
Let's see this. Update on weapon and skill effects.
Well, last year, we introduced a feature to customize weapon effect colors. Unfortunately, it was dropped during pre-launch quality checks. No matter how promising it looked on paper, we decided to let it go if it didn't meet the quality standards for our adventurers. We know this was anticipated by many of you. so we are truly sorry to deliver this news. While it's not the same method, we're exploring other ways to let you customize effects similar to the Halloween
I think the problem with the vanilla experiences, dude, they can't even balance the live version. You expect them to balance a vanilla version too?
effect changes we did with Black Spirit skills. That's all we have for today.
Oh, they didn't really get into the update on weapon skill effects. They just said we're not doing it. I thought they were going to show us some, like, give us an example of what they plan to do instead. But they didn't really get into
Everything
that.
you want. But it's unfortunate that we can't in reality. Just know that I'm a developer who loves Black Desert, is always passionate about its development, and will do my best to bring you more good news. And we're doing our best to listen to the feedback you give us through in-game chat and our website. I believe we can head into the future in a more constructive manner, thanks to your thoughts and opinions. We extend our gratitude to all adventurers who continue to love and support Black Desert. We will work hard to deliver exciting news, especially those that you look forward to.
Alright. That's that. That is that. I like it, though. I think that was cool. I'm happy I watched that. I think the hardcore server looks good. I think that's still okay. Shit, fuck it, man. I'll play Ranger.